up, YouTube? What is up? So, you guys wanted me to talk through some older Japanese sets, so I'm going to do that today. I'm still working through this. It's a project that I'm building for PSA, so it's not done, but I can take you from the beginning to the first national tournament. I think that's what we're going to cover today, because I don't want to cover too much, otherwise this is going to be like too lengthy and people kind of tune out. So let's see if I can do this right. Yeah, it is. It's good. All right, so this is something I'm working on for PSA. So you know, usually give them like terms in the front end. So these are the early sets that I want to cover, right? So I think that if you understand the beginning of Yu-Gi-Oh, it helps you understand the way that sets are built in Yu-Gi-Oh. So I'm not going to talk volume 1 or volume series, like I'm going to talk stuff before that. So there's this period in Yu-Gi-Oh in like 98 particularly where Bandai, Toei Animation, and Konami all have rights to produce Yu-Gi-Oh content. And that ends in like 99 sometime. So Konami wins the fight to have exclusive rights for Yu-Gi-Oh, and there are only a couple of sets after that, really, and like these three really, and then that's it. There's no more Bandai and there's no more Toei Animation. Toei Animation really only exists in like 98. So I'm gonna go through some of this stuff. I don't know which came first, right? So nobody really does. I think that people believe that Marusho came first, but we're not really sure if that's true. We know that they come about the same time, right? So Marusho Company through Toei Animation produces a sticker set. It is legitimately the first pack, right? It's the first sealed thing where you open it, right? You can buy the thing at the store, right? Bandai is like a vending machine product. So I believe. So Bandai cards are not like sealed packs. They have sealed boxes and there are sealed products, but Marusho would be like the first like thing that you would consider like a contemporary pack. So yes, although like the first official pack is volume 1, but I won't split that hair. I'm just picking on people here. So I'm not gonna have slides for like every set, right? I didn't build a slide for every set because that would be kind of exhaustive. But I did build slides for like each topic and some cards of import, right? Some important cards. So let's talk through some of these. So you got like the Marusho Company guys, right? Marusho Company builds these sticker packs, right? We know that's like April-May time frame. Generation 1. I put Generation 1 ahead of it because we know Generation 1 comes out April 1998. We don't know when these stickers come out roughly, but they come out roughly the same time. So we assume like April or May for the Marusho stickers. For the Bandai promos, I'm going to show you the Bandai promos here. So the Bandai promos, right, these are the very first Bandai promos. These are limited to 1,000 copies for the first two and then 7 for the Gate Guardian. I pulled this from Papa Frank. He put something up on E4, hate E4, but the content is great, and I've talked to him a lot, among other people, right? So I talked to other people about this too, and the problem with some of this information is it's like trapped in everybody's head, right? And it's not publicly available. So these are for sure limited to 1,000 copies each, and then 7,000 copies for the Gate Guardian. Now here's the problem, right? So there are some out there that they're fakes. I don't know if they're like actual fakes. They're period replicas or whatever, or oricas, whatever you want to call them. They're not replicas in the OCG Konami sense of the word. They're like, I would call like oricas maybe, or reproductions or whatever. So I know that there are some, or people have said that there are some. So you have to be careful when you buy these. You have to really know. Sorry, I'm clicking the wrong thing. You have to really know what you're buying. like you need to talk to somebody who's knowledgeable and to figure out like, is this card the real deal? Am I buying the real card? I would definitely double check the authenticity of the card before you purchase it. So because there are some reproductions out there, non-authentic copies, I guess I'll say. So I'm gonna go back to the dating, right? So these are the Bandai promos here. We don't know when they come out in '98. We know they come out in '98, presumably after Gen 1, maybe before Gen 2, maybe not, maybe after Gen 2. Not really sure. But Gen 2 comes out in July. So like when you talk about Bandai, let me see if I have it up. Maybe I do. I don't. Oh, I do. Okay, so I have these up. So I can show you this. So this is, I use Wikipedia because Wikipedia is run by actual Yu-Gi-Oh guys, right? Fandom is not. Fandom is not run by Yu-Gi-Oh guys. So fandom is very often wrong. I do not trust fandom. I can't go into a fandom Discord and vent about how something is wrong or incorrect. I can do that for Wikipedia. Anyone can do that. So when we talk Bandai, right, generations, there are a couple of things that you really want to know here, right? So Bandai, the set is like, I think, let's see, I'll pull up Bandai Series 3 and we can talk through that. Gen 3. So Bandai Gen 3 is, I think this is the last card in like the big box, we'll just say. So I think that it officially ends with 113. I could be wrong. I don't think that these come in the boxes, but I'm not sure. I'm not exactly sure. But there are three different boxes. They're small, right? Small boxes, and then there's one larger box. I don't know how else to explain it to you. Basically, when these sets were released, they were released in three pieces. So you have 42 for the first one. I don't know how long the second one is, and the third one is 30 cards, right? So the first one is 42 cards. So each one of them is a specific like set. So you have Generation 1, Generation 2, Generation 3. You call it Set 1, Set 2, Set 3, whatever. Like they're all released separately from each other. So when I pull this up, it's going to make more sense, right? So you got Gen 1, first thing to come out, April 1998 for sure. Right? Gen 2, July 1998. Gen 3, we don't really know when Gen 3 comes out. It comes out in 99. So those three sets are each released independently, and then there is a big set re-release for all three of them together. And that's what I'm calling the Bandai Generation 1 to 3 reprint, and it comes in a much longer box. Okay? So there are three, there's a reason why you need to know this. So the first two generations are released in 98. Bandai Generation 3 is released in 99. So it's going to matter. This is going to matter here. I'm going to show you this. So there are different backs, right, for these Bandai sets. Okay? So the first back is typically used for the first series. But there are some from the first series with the second back, question mark, I'm not sure. But there are two 1998 backs, and it has to do with the way that the language is up on the top. Both of them say Bandai 1998 made in Japan. The third back that you need to know about is the 1999 back, right? And the 1999 top looks the same as the 1998 top Type 2, right? So 98 Type 1, 98 Type 2, 1999. So when Bandai reprinted, I'm going to take you back. When Bandai reprinted this, Bandai Generation 1 to 3 reprint, all of those Series 1 and Series 2 cards that were 98 on the back, because they were made in 98, right? So all of these 98 backs were reprinted with 99 on the back. So conceptually, right, I'm going to go here, right? You could get a 99 or 98 Blue Eyes, or you could get a 99 Blue Eyes. You get either one. But the original one is the one, at least in the Series 1 set, right? This Blue Eyes, it's this one. This is the original right here. This is the very first one, 1998 Blue Eyes White Dragon. There may be some with this back on it, which is the later printing of the 98, and then there are definitely some with the 99. I know there for sure are 98s and 99s. For everything that's Series 1 and Series 2. For Series 3, for Gen 3 of the Bandai set, you can only find them in 99. So there's no different types, right? There's no differentiating them. There's just one Gen 3. So Gen 3 is easy. It's always 99. You don't have to worry about Gen 3. Anyone you buy is always going to be 99. But if you want the original, and you're the guy who's like, I'm going to get the very first Blue Eyes ever made, that would be Bandai Gen 1, 1998 Type 1. That's this thing right here. That's what you got to get. You got to get this one. Okay? Because I've had this question asked me before. What's the very first Blue Eyes? It's this one, right? With the back. That's it. So I'm going to keep moving here. So that's Bandai right there. I'm going to take you back, actually. I'm going to take you back. So we got Gen 2, right? And then comes Konami, right? So Konami and Bandai are printing simultaneously here in 98. You get Konami's Breed and Battle game, which is a video game. So check this out. Some Bandai literature, courtesy of Papa Frank God on the E4 post. In a magazine somewhere, right? And there's your promo, right? Promo Bandai cards. So here's your Breed and Battle, right? This is the game, and then these are all the cards that come in the game, right? There are two types of Blue Eyes, though, for some reason. I'm not sure if there are two types of other cards, but I know there's definitely two types of Blue Eyes. Some people say that this Blue Eyes is fake. I can't confirm or deny it. I don't know. I don't know. I also don't know if this part is true. I have heard through the grapevine, or somebody recently posted that these were for the trial version of the game. These were the ones that don't say not for sale. I don't know if that's true or not. We're still trying to figure out if that's true. But regardless, there are two versions. This one is definitely real. This one is definitely real. I don't know if this one is fake or not. I can't say it isn't, but I can't say it is. So, it's up to you. You got to do your due diligence and ask around and make sure. But there are definitely multiple cards that come in this game. And then there are different cards that don't come in this game. So not every card that looks like this is a Breed and Battle video game promotional card. These are monster capsule cards, and they're larger. They're I think they're Pokemon sized. Never actually had one. I've held one, but I'm pretty sure they're Pokemon sized. So these come out in July of 98, right? So they're definitely after Bandai 1 and 2, and definitely after the Bandai promos, and definitely after Marusho. Around December of 98, there's a Breed and Battle. Well, this isn't Breed and Battle. Sorry, take that back. See, I'm getting confused. This is a Duel Monsters I meeting experience card. So this promo was, I think, released, given out. I'm not really sure. There's not a lot of data on it. But it was in relation to an event that was held in conjunction with or connected to the Duel Monsters 1 video game release. Now, there's a Duel Monsters 2 video game release, and then months before it, there's the meeting experience. So the meeting experience may actually be months before it. I just say December 98 because that's when the, I think it's a month before the game is released or something like that. I'm going to cover the game in a minute, so I will for sure have an answer for you. But I know that this is released in 98, so it's definitely no later than December. So when we go back, you see Breed and Battle, right? We see Konami Duel Monsters 1 meeting experience, and then the Duel Monsters 1 game is December 98. And this is important as you go forward because Duel Monsters 2 is connected to Tokyo Dome, right? So when we go into the next video, if I do another video after this for the series, we're going to cover Duel Monsters 2, and people are going to say, well, what about Duel Monsters 1? Duel Monsters 1 was... it did not have Yu-Gi-Oh cards as we know them. They are not considered TCG or OCG. They're pre-OCG. So when we go to, here's Breed and Battle counterfeit thing that I found somewhere. Tim actually sent these to me, but I'm not sure that Tim actually made these. So, this is Duel Monsters 1, right? So Duel Monsters 1 is a game that comes with these cards, right? So this is, I found this on Ray Chan's Instagram. I assume he opened one, which is crazy, right? Absolutely crazy. So these are the cards that the game comes with. I don't know if it comes with all of them or not, but you know, Duel Monsters 1 did not come with Yu-Gi-Oh cards that we know as Yu-Gi-Oh cards, right? So this is Duel Monsters 1 front and back, so you can see it, right? And then that's Duel Monsters 1. This is Duel Monsters 2. Duel Monsters 2 is the first game that comes with promos that have OCG Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I'm saying OCG, like as officially, Duel Monsters 1 cards are not OCG. You cannot consider them OCG. So this is released in December, and they are the size of Pokemon cards. So like they're standard size cards. And then this is it right here. So this is it for 98. Like 98 was like, that was it. You know, Konami was making things, Bandai was making things, Toei was making things. So there were lots of Yu-Gi-Oh products to be had. In 99, the first sets are these sealed-ass sets released by Bandai. I'm not exactly sure how you got these. They didn't come in packs, so I assume they're like vending machine things. And then after that, there are Meiji 3D things, right? So, and again, I don't really know how these like came. I think they came in like vending machines too. I don't know if anybody collected those Pokemon 3D things, right? They're like the same size. They're like little tiny squares or something like that. This is basically what these are. I don't know if they're stickers or not, but they're definitely 3D. Like you can definitely tell like they have that old 3D kind of like blurry image that like moves, right? That was like high tech back in the 90s, right? And then after that, sometime, like there's another Meiji product that I can't date. There's no information on it at all, but this is like a gum packet or something like that. And these cards definitely come in them. And they're definitely like old. They're not, they're like pre-Konami. They're pre-OCG. So, and there are different types, and different rarities, I assume, you know, so, and they have a lot of the images that like, the same style of image that Bandai was using for a lot of their sealed-ass products. You see what I mean? Like Meteor Black Dragon, that kind of stuff. And after that, you have in April, right? So if you're tracking, right, if you're doing the month math with me, you know that like we've already drifted into the OCG, right? So in April, Top Seika Gum, right? They release cards as well. I'm not sure who it's released through, but this is the back and then these are the fronts. And this is like already Konami territory. We're like 3 months into the Yu-Gi-Oh! OCG, right? Because you got February, March, now you're talking about April. February is when Volume 1 is released. So just in case you guys aren't doing the math with me, right? These are released right when, or immediately after Volume 1 and the first national tournament. And then these are released after that, months after that, actually. So all of this is really important to understand because when you go into the first national tournament, you know, a lot of people get to the first national tournament, they're like, well, if Volume 1 was released like weeks before the first national tournament, how did people duel? Like, how did people play? Well, there were video games that had been out for like almost a year, right? Because if you look, the Breed and Battle was released in July of 98, right? So 10 months later, you got July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, right? You're like 8 months in. People have been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! For 8 months now. Not Yu-Gi-Oh! As we know it, really, but there is Yu-Gi-Oh! Being played, and then you have Duel Monsters 1 as well. Duel Monsters 1 as well. So, and that's released in December. So for 2 months, people are playing Yu-Gi-Oh! As we knew it, I think. I'm not sure. I've never played Duel Monsters 1, but I assume it was played roughly the same. So I'm gonna take you guys back to the dates real quick. So you've got Sealed Ass, January 99. Generation 3 probably comes like after that, maybe February, but definitely before the release of the OCG. So maybe like early February or January. I don't know. It's possible it was released in March. We don't really know. There's a reprint at some point, and then Volume 1 is released February of 99. This is the start of the OCG. This is the start of the game that we know. So you've got the first national tournament is immediately after that. Meiji Super 3D cards that we talked about, the 3D ones. There are some Bandai promos that come out in March of 99. I forgot to talk about that, but they're the last set of Bandai promos, TA1 and TA2. The Fiendish Chain around Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, and then I forget the other one. I think it's Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, but I'm not sure. Can't remember. Yeah, TA1 and TA2 come out. That's what these are. And then the Top Gun cards come out in April of 99. So I'm going to take you guys to the end of this video here by talking about the beginning of the OCG, right? So these are the first sets that we really need to talk about when you talk about the OCG. We talked about Duel Monsters 1. Duel Monsters 1 is not in February of 99, but so I gotta change that a little bit. But Duel Monsters 1 is December 98, and then you've got the first national tournament that comes in February 99. The first set that's actually released is Volume 1 in Feb of 99. After that, you've got the first national tournament. This is as far as I'm going to take you. So when you talk about the, I stole this from Road of the King or whatever it is. It's just really cool. When you talk about tournament, like first national tournament, it has a connection to Duel Monsters 1. This is what people knew going into Volume 1 and the first national tournament. But people didn't bust Volume 1 to play in the first national tournament. The first national tournament was a Game Boy oriented experience. I believe. Please tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. So this is the first national tournament, right? You've got the attendance card, which is Kanan, 400 copies, and this is something that you see later on, like with the copy of Kanan that was released in 2019 or 2020 or 21, I forget when it was released. The 20th secret rare version of it, 400 copies, right? So they kept that the way it was. And then Blackluster Soldier is one of the only true one-of-ones that exist. And nobody knows like if this card even exists or it doesn't. So nobody's seen it publicly. This is rumored to be an image. Like nobody can confirm that this card is actually real, like that it exists today. Nobody's seen it and nobody knows if it's real. Rumored to have sold for $2 million or whatever. Like who knows? Nobody knows, right? Arguably one of the rarest Yu-Gi-Oh cards of all time. I'll say rarest and most sought after because there are some pretty rare Yu-Gi-Oh cards that are like equally rare, like T3 Summon Skull, which doesn't exist anymore. So, like, is it more rare than a card that might exist? Yeah, technically it is, but arguably one of the most sought after cards of all time. Steel, and all of these are printed on steel. I don't think Kanan is. Kanan is not. I'm pretty sure, but I could be wrong. Well, let me be wrong. So the rest of these, like when we look at images of these, like they all say replica. I don't really understand why these say replica. Like maybe there was a period replica created, or maybe these are Oricas, or maybe that's the way Konami made like extra copies and those are photographs. Like I don't know. Like, and I never really got like a good answer on it, so I can't tell you why or how we got these pictures here. And I definitely can't tell you how we got this one. I have no idea what this is. If this is like an Orica or what. This is the only one that's real. This is a real picture of a real, like, no shit first national tournament prize card. This thing right here. Super Warline is the only one that is publicly surfaced. I think it's owned by Saku out in Japan. Like one of the preeminent Yu-Gi-Oh collectors in the world. Super Warline is the only one that we know for sure exists. It's a real card, really exists. Somebody has it. You can go see it. Like it's on Instagram and Twitter. Everything else, like other than Kanan, I'm talking about Kanan. Everything else, like we've never seen it. All right, so let's talk about how the fandom sucks, right? The fandom says that each one of these is limited to one. Incorrect. Do not read fandom. If you're listening to me, PSA, do not read fandom and don't trust it. So here are the cards, right? This is a period magazine. And then this is the real card with a picture of the card. Here's some more literature on them. Not that I can read it, but looks pretty cool. Thanks, Papa Frank. Here's, I assume this is the envelope that it comes with or that it came with. Not really sure. There's a Kanan, probably still sealed. Pretty crazy, right? That's got to be worth a ton of money. And then here are the guys holding the cards. Limited to one? I think not, right? Because this guy is holding all of them, right? He's got all 4 of them. No shit, all 4 of them in his hand. Okay? Number 2, he's got Zera. Sorry, Zera the Mont. I don't know why I had a brain fart. Super Warline and Fiend's Mirror. Super Warline, Fiend's Mirror, and then just Fiend's Mirror, right? That's it. So there's 4 Fiend's Mirror, 3 Super Warlions, 2 Zeras, and 1 BLS. That's it. And what are they playing on? Ta-da! Game Boys, right? Stand-ups, because it's the 90s. So that was it. There were not enough cards to play. That's what Ray told me. So that's the first national tournament. That's it. That's all we wanted to talk about today. So these are the very first Yu-Gi-Oh sets ever made. So I don't think I missed something, but I'm willing to be wrong. I probably missed a sticker series or didn't talk enough about Marusho. I know people are super anal about this stuff, but I did want to do this video because people asked me to do this video. So hold on. I appreciate you guys coming out for this, and maybe I'll do later series and stuff like that to kind of tie things into the TCG, because when I look at TCG sets, I understand them differently because I understand that the way the OCG is compartmented. And when I understood that, it changed the entire way that I thought about the TCG and later sets in the TCG and stuff like that. But really, because underneath the TCG, the OCG runs Yu-Gi-Oh! It does. Absolutely runs Yu-Gi-Oh! Every set, every rarity, it all stems from the OCG. There are very few things that the TCG creates and then gives to the OCG. Extremely few. So I think that the thing to focus on more than anything else is what trends are being set in the OCG. Because when you look at the OCG trends, they very often what's the word? They affect, I'll just say they affect the TCG greatly. So, hey, thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys coming out to take a look at this. So hopefully this is informative for everyone. I'm hoping it's going to be informative for PSA. So, hey, thanks YouTube, and I will catch you later.